The anger to this signing is crazy because we haven't even seen Marcus play yet. And yet people are already, you know, as you and I talked about and as we've seen, already just showing so much frustration with this signing. And look, Marcus has had, he's had some interesting experience. So in 2023, he made 18 appearances, 14 of those starts. He scored 3 goals. This was with CF Rio Majadahonda. Made his debut in April of 2023. And then he also, in Spain, or I should say in Manhattan, huge difference, started his youth career with the Manhattan Kickers, as we talked about, being from New York, played with them. Then prior to joining CF Rio, he played for the U19 team before joining Club Deportiva Básico, Paracuellos Altamira in the 3rd division, I should say. Or 5th division, Tercera Federación. Hey. So in that, he scored 10 goals, had 4 assists, and 29 appearances, 20 starts. Listen, I don't think any of his stats jump off the page at you, and I don't expect him to come in and be, you know, the goal scorer that's going to change things for the Union. But exactly as you mentioned, there's need for changes in how they look and how they play in their formation to solidify at least what their best formation is. It's okay to have flexibility that if needed, you can flip into a 3-back or, you know, twin strikers. But I would love for the Union to find their best formation. I like the 4-3-3. I think it's a great formation that allows you to have, especially for your midfielders, space and movement. I just don't know if they have the midfield personality for it. Possibly, and your 3-front can't be, you know, straight running 3-front. They've got to be able to interchange and make runs across and overlap and be more dynamic.
So real quick to that point, that's on Jim then.
And that is on Jim. That's not about the signings.
You have the freedom.
Exactly. You have to instill in your team, regardless what formation they're playing, that free-flowing movement to make dynamic runs off the ball. So I think to have youth, to me, is also, you're trying to shake things up a little bit. These are young players. They're hungry. As you're talking about, Dan, we've never seen a major signing. We've never seen the Union spend a lot of money. I agree. So to bring in these young pieces, I'm thinking the expectation is bring in more guys that are going to at least work their butts off, compete, make preseason challenging, work for everything. I know Julian Carranza was even talking last week, about how he's impressed with how the youngsters have been working so hard. You know,
there's a lot of them now.
You have these players, like, as much as we like, let's take a step back. As much as we like the big name signings, and I'm one of them, when you have these young players that are getting their first opportunities and their first taste at a chance to play with a team like the Union, they're coming in humble, grateful, excited to be there, working hard. They're probably showing up early. They're probably the ones that are shaking the coach's hands after. Like, I remember what that was like as a player. They kind of check you in a bit because, like, whoa, wait a minute. Here I am, the old dog. I'm getting a little bit complacent where I just show up, you know, strolling in there any time of day, practice and leave. They're the ones that are doing extra before, doing extra after. They work, they go the extra mile. They're touching the line with their fingertips instead of just their toes. Like, that might honestly be needed, that this team needs to shake things up because their culture and identity needs to be kind of woken up, that you need to put the work in. And so from that standpoint, I don't mind some of these young players because they're going to be excited and thrilled to be there. And at times, as we talked about, the Union did not have that same hunger. And then on the other side, in terms of tactics, as you mentioned, why not bring in some players that can be versatile? Maybe someone like Marcus. Don't think it'll happen as soon as the next weeks and opening day, but maybe down the line, Marcus can be a piece that allows you to have different options. He can play out wide in the 3-front for forwards. He can maybe be a twin striker. You know, gives you that flexibility and that, honestly, just changes that you need in how you're tactically lining up and how you're playing. So now I'm kind of talking myself into a little bit, to be honest. Like, bring in 4, 5, 6 new faces, new blood, hungry, excited to be there. Shake things up a bit for the Julians and the Daniels. Even Quinn already has that. I think Ty, when he gets healthy, has that. Joaquin Torres has that. Bring in those young pups that are really just happy to be there and going to challenge everybody, no matter what age you are, how much money you're making, that are just ready to show what they can do.
Renee's
so I think I'm not convincing myself.
Renee's about to cop the Markus Anderson kid. I like it.
You know what? The more I'm talking it out loud, I kind of get it a little bit.